Hi, my name is Jules, and I'm happy to welcome you to this marketing presentation about Ryanair. In this work, my colleagues and I will first analyze our company's current situation and draw objectives from that analysis. Following that, we will choose two marketing strategies to apply in order to improve the issues we set for Ryanair. For more information, the full report of our work can be found in the computer in front of you.
Ryanair has been criticized for its poor customer service. Customers have said that the staff is rude and will penalize you even for slightly going over the carry bag limit. As a result, the poor relationship marketing can lead to the negative reputation. On the other hand, Ryanair has also improved the boarding process by including a fully allocated seating for customer comfort so that families can now sit next to each other. Another example is the My Ryanair member service, where customers can only to fill their booking details and personal info once, therefore making the process a lot less time-consuming. And the launch of their mobile app has made it a lot easier for customers to find the cheapest dates and flights.
Technology has always been an ally to low-cost carriers such as Ryanair, as it helps to reduce costs and give them incentives on current regulations. In order to achieve this, Ryanair has always been a leader in the implementation of new efficient technology, whether it was in land with online check-in in 2008, or on air with the introduction of new fuel-efficient engines and new airplanes, which have started to be delivered this year.
Unfavorable economic conditions such as high unemployment and recession have led to reduced spending by customers, therefore decreasing demand for the air travel. At the same time, austerity measures have also reduced investments and fundings for the airline industry, therefore limiting Ryanair's growth potential. And then there's the issue of the rising oil prices, which can increase the operating costs. However, thanks to fuel hedging, Ryanair would not be significantly impacted by fuel prices. In a sense, fuel hedging has helped Ryanair maintain a competitive advantage over other airlines. And also, due to ancillary revenues, Ryanair has increased its profitability. The increasing rate of greenhouse emissions and unpredictability of natural disasters can lead to delayed and cancelled flights, thus resulting in a loss of sales and higher costs. For example, if you take the 2010 ash clouds from the volcanic eruption in Iceland, it cost Ryanair about 29.7 million euros. Furthermore, Ryanair has also been criticized by the climate change minister, Ian Pearson, as the irresponsible form of capitalism. This could also damage Ryanair's reputation and image. But recently, Ryanair has invested in innovative technology, more known as the new generation engines, which will decrease the amount of emissions and also prevent any future criticism.
As Ryanair operates mainly in Europe, it benefits from its political stability, which continues to grow and give less restrictions to airplane carriers over the Union. Furthermore, thanks to the newly announced Open Skies Agreement in 2008, transatlantic routes have become available, creating a new market. On the other hand, CO2 regulations implemented in 2012 and the presence of external forces, such as the OPEC with oil, which influences the cost and regulations of the companies, can undermine the possibilities of the company. In order to overcome this threat, Ryanair has always been one of the technological pioneers reducing consumes and emissions. Ryanair had been often involved in legal battles, such as the case with European Commission over airport subsidies. The dispute was the action or not of Ryanair as a private investor in the existence of illegal state aid in Charleroi Airport. Furthermore, Ryanair had been accused for anti-competitive practices. Ryanair attempts to acquire rival Aer Lingus had been stopped by the European competition. However, the dereglementation has given the chance to benefit from the availability of new airports at low fares.
Ryanair suffers from a very high staff turnover through poor employee commitment. This could be due to the fact that Ryanair exploits its employees by making them pay for their own crew meals, training, and their uniforms. For example, employees are expected to pay about £2,700 just for training. However, Ryanair also offers a payment system based on productivity-based incentives which could increase the motivation. In other words, the sales bonuses are based on the amount of hours or sectors flown by flight attendants. In fact, a study by Ryanair in 2013 showed that these bonuses contributed to around 46% of the average flight attendant's total income.
As every company, Ryanair provides and requires a specific level of qualification from its potential employees. Low motivation and low competence has been exposed as one of the main faults in the Ryanair employees, as Captain O'Shea illustrated this year at the ATO symposium. These factors contributed in the recognition of the low level of education in the company. However, as the new aircrafts are ready to be dispatched, a new hiring process has begun and the qualification standards have been raised in order to achieve the objectives which the company set it as it's undergoing a renewal of its image. Ethics play an essential role in the credibility of a company, and Ryanair has always been publicly criticized for its poor ethics. Misleading and deceptive advertisement has been a key issue for the company in the last years, as it was comparing its fares with non-existing ones from other companies, breaching the law. Furthermore, unfair treatment to employees and customers led to several complaints and lawsuits, such as the case of Mr. Grokut, who was paid only 4 days a week and expected to turn up for work at an hour's notice if required. The creation of websites such as IHateRyanair.com or Ryanair Don't Care increased the awareness over these issues. Therefore, Ryanair is now promising to improve with a change in its ethics over the next years.
This short SWOT analysis discusses the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that occur in less than 5 years. For example, the rise in ancillary revenues can lead to profitability, but only has a short-term impact because it is limited by several other costs, such as high fuel prices. At the same time, fuel hedging can be used to reduce the impact from these rising prices, but due to the constant fluctuations in oil prices, fuel hedging can only lower the impact, but will not prevent it. That's why it is more efficient in the short term. Now for the weaknesses, most of these opportunities that offer a solution to these problems have already been incorporated by Ryanair. For example, inaccurate information on websites has always led to several criticisms until Ryanair improved the website design and introduced the new booking system, which made it really convenient for customers to book for flights. Another weakness is employee performance, where employees of this low-cost airline suffer from lack of resources and inefficient performance. This has led to high staff turnover, and therefore it threatens Ryanair's internal performance. Furthermore, poor customer service can be linked to poor publicity because the company's image depends on the customer itself. This could result in poor reputation and low performance. However, what makes these short-term and not long-term is that our marketing programs, such as improved performance of employees and increased customer loyalty, are designed to combat these inefficiencies and counter them within 3 years, therefore leading to a better brand image and reputation. Finally, as a result, the short-term analysis can provide the details to Ryanair on how to counter the threat and weaknesses and to effectively identify the strengths and opportunities by improving the customer perception of the airline and as well as maintaining Ryanair's competitive advantage over other airlines.
Ryanair was founded in 1986, which gives it a good brand history and started with a low-cost business model they have kept ever since. It is now one of the largest airline carriers with a huge network of bases in operation. Even though it serves only small, secondary airports far away from the capital with less capacity than the big ones, Ryanair has still the opportunity to increase its market by expanding to new countries and serving more airports, maybe closer to the city due to increasing demand in Europe. They will need to increase their fleet and maybe while doing so get a hold of new generation engine to cut on fuel consumption, even if that take a long time due to government regulation in manufacturing. However, some factors menace Ryanair in its market. The current high competition poses a challenge to remain the market leader for the longest period possible, and unemployment rates affect staff quality over multiple contact periods. The fuel emission that Ryanair could try to diminish using the new engines can lead to more regulations and cost for the long term, which would become permanent. Moreover, the government have been cutting their investment in the company for a long time. Through opportunities shown in this long-term SWOT analysis, Ryanair can grow its market share and provide a cost-efficient method through innovative technology.
Over the past few years, Ryanair has developed a strong reputation as the leading low-cost airline in the European region. It has been a dominant force in the market for the majority of its lifespan. Its famous no-frills service is an important factor to consider when looking at how successful the company has been over the past few years. Ryanair plans to increase their market share by over 18% in the next 2 years. Today, the company continues to stand as a dominant force in the airline industry. Any successful business focuses heavily on customer service performance. Over the last few years, Ryanair has developed a poor reputation in this department. The average consumer in today's society views Ryanair as a company that fails to deliver consistent and satisfactory customer service performance. There have been many instances where customers have publicly criticized the company in this regard. To improve in this department, Ryanair can apply many strategies and factors and could put in more focus into training their employees individually and as a group. Although Ryanair holds a strong market share, there are competitors out there that are growing at a fast rate. EasyJet is one of Ryanair's biggest competitors today. They hold many advantages that often convinces the common consumer to use their services rather than Ryanair's. They often provide better pricing and more reliable service. As a company, it is important for Ryanair to continually stay ahead of their competition by providing ideal services for their new clients or consumers. As of today, Ryanair dominates a good percentage of the low-cost airline market. However, with the threat of other competitors quickly approaching them, they must find a way to further increase their dominance in the market. Expanding their services to other regions such as Africa would be a great way to increase their market share and further expand their business.
Based on our marketing strategies and in order to achieve our objectives, we're going to implement 5 programs: expansion to North Africa and East Europe, loyalty cards and packages to improve our customer loyalty, training and improving individual performing and improving advertisements. Finally, we're going to work on CSRs and ethics in business. We are going to expand to North Africa because we have a growing market. This is in order to grow our profit and revenue and increase our market share. The question is, how are we going to do this? We're going to analyze our existing markets. We know that low-cost airlines in North Africa are very poor, and we don't have as many choices as we have in Europe. We have Air Arabia Morocco and Air Arabia Egypt. So the other program that we can implement is collaboration with our competitors. We want to open a new low-cost routes to Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt, and their capitals. Following the same objectives, we're going to expand to East Europe. We want to expand to Kaliningrad, Belarus, Macedonia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and to their capitals. Thanks to this graph, we can realize that the clients are fully engaged and they participate in the airline frequent flyer cards. That's why we will try to give them some loyalty cards. Secondly, we're focusing on good customer relationship management. To do so, we're planning to support and to motivate our employees. This is what we used to say, happy workers are productive workers. This is why we're going to congratulate our employees with primes such as Employee of the Month. This will make happier our employees and this will motivate them to treat our clients well. Our fourth program to implement is advertising. Why should we advertise? We should advertise to increase our profit by increasing our sales. Also, these will make our business and our product names more familiar to the public. These will create goodwill and build a favorable image. We are known for we have a bad reputation on advertising, so we will improve this. And this will attract customers and they will want to find out more about our prices, services, discounts, and more. How are we going to do this? By using a promotion tool or mix. We will create awareness of what we are selling, our extra low-cost airline. We will advertise, we will use sale promotions, direct marketing, and sponsorship. Finally, we're working on CSR and ethics. Why? Because we realize that good business environment, micro and internal environment, helps the corporate image, customer loyalty, staff motivation, and it makes stakeholders happy. So this helps against the stakeholders' resistance. Also, it helps the sustainability and increases the good reputation in the brand. How are we going to do this? By integrating social objectives and business goals, but also by balancing profits and social objectives. We are going to give primes to the employee of the month.
As a result of our marketing analysis, we have found that, with our strategies, Ryanair will be able to achieve a rise in growth revenues by entering other geographic markets and increasing the customer lifetime value through loyalty/membership programs, a higher employee commitment, and a positive reputation and image through sustainability. We hope you had a pleasant time with us and wish you a very nice rest of the day.